This concept is going to help you have endless ideas of how to freestyle in shuffle dance using specifically the move called toe taps or toe heel taps. I'm going to give you so many amazing ideas of ways that you can modify this move so it can always look different, always be fresh, and always use your brain creatively. In its purest form, toe heel taps look something like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We often will also see variations where we're simply just using the toe alternating from side to side like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? And there's a few other versions that kind of float around. But there are an endless amount of places that you can actually tap on the floor to create your own variations entirely. So the first thing we're going to do is talk a little bit about the technique of this movement in itself. That way you can have a full understanding. I'm going to teach from the back of where your weight should be so that you can create these variations. So the first thing you're going to think about is your base leg. This is the leg that is hopping up and down in a micro bounce. All right. Keeping a nice bent knee, not bringing your foot too high off the floor. Every single time you're bouncing, we then also have our action leg, which is the leg that's going to be tapping in different directions. In a traditional toe heel tap, we're going to be hopping on our toe first, all the weight staying on the base leg, the action leg just acting as a simple kickstand. Then we're going to do the same thing, open the hip and open to the heel. Now notice that my actual action leg is quite close to my body, so I'm not tapping all the way out here. And I also want you to notice that my hips are very involved in this movement. These are two things that are really going to help you when we start creating variations. So let's get into that. So now that we know some of the most basic ways of using this move, I want to give you a visualization that you're standing in the center of a clock. This is a visualization I give all of my students for their T-step, so we can also figure out many different places that we can tap on the floor. So we're going to actually take a page from that book and we are going to use all of the same places that we could possibly T-step on the floor, and we're going to use them for our toe taps. Now, I want you to think you're standing in the middle of a clock. So 12 is in front of you, 6 is behind you, and fill in the blanks all the way around. We also want to factor in, it's not just 12, 1, 2, 3, the main numbers that we can tap at, but we also can tap at all the small little places in between, those little minute notches on the actual clock as well. So this gives you an endless amount of places that we can tap our toe. The ones behind us, you'll most likely need to tap your toe. The ones in front of you, you can play around with tapping your heel, tapping your toe, tapping flat. There are so many different ways, just like a T-step. So what you're going to do is maintain the micro bounce on your base leg, and you're going to practice playing with different areas on the clock. So right now in our traditional toe heel tap, we're probably tapping kind of to like between 2 and 3 o'clock, right? If this, my clock is probably backwards to yours, but to the side, needless to say. I want to play around with what it would be like to tap to 12. Okay, so I can have my knee bent in this. I can have my knee straightened in this. What if I wanted to tap to 6? Right? My base leg is still just micro bouncing, but I'm changing how and where I tap on the floor. So let's play around with it, not jumping on the base leg just yet. Take some time right now to practice. We'll do one foot and then you can work on the other foot and just literally play this video over, do it on the other side. So I can go behind me, I can go on a diagonal, I can go in front, across, I can go open diagonal, I can go heel, I can go the side of my foot if I wanted to, being careful, right? So many different places. I can also play around creatively, going a little further out and then a little closer in. So just make sure you're not going so far out that you're going to lose your balance. But if you are a little bit more advanced with this move already, you can play around with that. So now let's add it with the actual base leg. So now we're going to jump. I'm going to face the back here. That way you can see that this is my right side, this is my left. And I'm going to play around with, if 12 o'clock is in front of me and 6 is behind me, I'm going to play with the right side of the clock here and show you what it could look like. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. All right. For the most part, all I did was just bounce around on my base leg. It's okay if it moves a little bit, like if you have a very strong T-step muscle memory, sometimes it'll try to pivot. That's totally cool. It's just the moves basically blending together. But you could see that there were so many creative ways that I could use the one side of my clock. Of course, if you want to get creative and cross over to the other side, as I said before, right, we can tap here, 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 here. Yeah. So take this into your practice. It's going to help you create so many different variations in your toe taps using your toes, your heels, etc. And your freestyle is going to feel a lot more fresh. I also quickly want to talk about getting into this move and getting out of this move because it's important to equip you with the transition points that are going to help you maneuver in and out of it in your freestyle. So if you are coming from a perch position, let's say you're doing 4 running mans going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you're simply just going to drop down into your first tapping point on 5. You can tap on every whole number. You can tap on every beat and half beat. You can go at half speed. That's up to you. But you can go 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Then when you're finishing, so I'm choosing to finish on 8 here. You can finish earlier, you can do more, whatever your heart desires. This is just an example. But notice that I stopped on a whole number. If this were the music I was listening to, I would be stopping on the downbeat on the bass, because then to get out, I'm going to prep myself to pick back up into my perch position on the and count. So on one of those half beats, which is usually represented by the hi-hat sound, okay? This is important because we want to make sure that anytime you're in your perch, it's on that half count so you can stay on beat. And it's really important that when you are in this perch and you're dropping down, you can drop down on a whole count to really emphasize that beat. So I'm going to give you another example, or I guess I'm just going to demonstrate it again from the front. So we have 4 running mans, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm going to drop down 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Now I'm perfectly ready to drop down into any movement I want. Let's say I go to T-step 1. Okay, I hit that transition point perfectly on time. All right, I hope this was a little helpful and guided way for you to add this toe taps move and its variations into your freestyle. If you're looking to master all of the foundations behind the toe taps, I teach that in my Footwork Blueprint course. This is where you're going to work on power, control, fundamentals, all of those things. You can have a more creative and more flowing freestyle in shuffle dance. I'm going to put all the information for that program inside of the description of this video. Comment and let me know what else you want to learn. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.